What's your proudest achievement?
That's a tough one. I think this is something I was just thinking about the other day. My daughter, she was about 12 or 13 years old, and she wanted to get, of course, it was time, she wanted to play in the little league, baseball. They were allowing little kids into the little league. And I took her out, and because I played baseball when I was a kid, and I taught her tried to teach her how to hit, but the important thing is I tried to teach her how to catch a fly ball. And there's a trick to it, which I was taught in college. You go right under the ball, and if you let that ball come down, it would hit you right in the head. But you send yourself right under the ball and put your glove up and let the ball just come into the glove. Don't try to catch it off to the side or backhand it because it's going to hit you in the arm or fall. So I was watching her game. It was across from our apartment, and she wasn't very good at baseball. And she was playing out in right field. And someone came up to talk to me, and I said, yeah, and they were distracting me. And all of a sudden, someone hit a fly ball, a big, high fly ball to right field. My daughter circled under it, looked up, and caught it. And honest to God, I said to this guy, I'm sorry, I'm distracted for a moment. But she didn't go on to play. But I was so proud that I could give her that tip. And then I think maybe I should be a coach. No, I don't want to be a coach. Because I tried to coach her team once, and the kids, it wasn't like in my day. The kids, I would throw them batting practice because the coach wasn't here. And one of the kids said, how long do we have to do this? And I thought, oh my God. When I was a kid, I would have killed to have someone just keep throwing me balls. So anyway, that's one of my proudest achievements. That's one of the things I can hold on to and say that's the thing. I could say being nominated for an Emmy, but not that. I don't know what else I could say.
What's your biggest regret?
One thing they offered me the movie Airplane. And I was doing Real People at the time. And I had just done a movie, I think, called Moving Violations that got terrible reviews. And someone says, doesn't anyone ever read these scripts? And meanwhile, I got offered this movie, Airplane. And I read it, and it was just a lot of puns and plays on words. And I said, gee, I don't know. I read it, and then I read it again. And I was in Chicago, and my manager called me and said, Fred, what do you think? Do you want to do it or not? I said, I don't know. I don't much care for the script. And he says, listen, Fred, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. You're doing Real People. I said, okay, just tell him I don't want to do it. So I turned it down, and that summer I'd been in Buck Henry's movie, First Family. And we were doing looping, and Buck came into the looping session. He says, well, I just saw this summer's big hit. And we said, oh, what's that? He said, Airplane. I said, uh-oh, I made a mistake. Now I look back on it, why the hell I didn't want to do that? I played the pilot, I played the hero. I think that's my biggest regret. But my wife pointed out, she said, Fred, if you'd done the role, it might not have been that successful. And she always gets mad when I say that. She says, I don't mean that. It's just a certain chemistry of things. But I think that's a big regret I had.
Was it the Leslie Nielsen part?
No, it was the Robert Hayes.
Robert Hayes. Oh, Robert Hayes.
Sure. And he was wonderful. He was terrific. So, but every time you lose it, and every once in a while, every time I lose a job, and I get upset, and I say, wait a minute, I lost a job, but some other actor gained a job. So being a magnanimous actor, I think that's the only way to go. Because I've gotten a lot of jobs at the last minute. People call me, can you start tomorrow? I say, uh-oh, someone fell out.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Probably retired, maybe doing just voices, or I never want to be a teacher, because I don't think you can teach acting or improv. You can nudge people along the right direction. I think just relaxing, not doing too much. Maybe someone comes up with a wonderful role like Betty White. You know, I look at her and I said, wow, that one commercial. But if I were her now, I'd say, Betty, that's enough. You know, I hope when I'm 90 or whatever, if I'm working, I'm going to have someone come around with a chair, sit down, late calls, early releases, and do a commercial, do the job. And if someone says, come on, accept an award, say, okay, I'll do one, and that's it. Yeah, for a long time, I've had the feeling that if I'm not working, why aren't I working? Gee, this guy's working, this guy's... And then if I get a call from my agent, I say, oh, God, now I got to get up at 6 in the morning and go do this thing. So that's the dilemma. I think the fun of acting is when you get the job. And you can tell when I got the job. And then the reality comes. Your call time is 6 in the morning, and you're sitting there at 7:30 at night, and they haven't called you to the set. Many a time I've been on a set and say, I don't want to be an actor anymore. Then a month later, you'll look back and say, oh, no, I want another job. I want to do this.